Welcome to the Solemn Yu-Gi-Oh channel where we discuss everything collecting and investing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Today there was a new alpha investments video and it was 2017 Rudy and it was exciting and so I wanted to react to it. Oh no! We're not only an unboxing channel now we're also a react channel. We're really dropping down to the lowest common denominator, you guys. But kidding aside, I'm a big Rudy fan. I've been watching him for years. And so now we are watching this video because I thought it was funny. At one point I turned it off because I was like, you know what, this is gonna be a great thing to watch together with people. So watch out and we'll check out this new Rudy video. Let's go. Ooh, viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back, folks. Rudy Alpha Investments. How's everybody doing today? Kind of shitty? Decent? Nobody gives a shit? 2017 Rudy to have a conversation with everyone today. I got a lot of questions. Rudy, why do you think that the magic world of Reddit, why doesn't it behave the same way that like Wall Street Bets and other communities like Pokemon and Weiss and even Yu-Gi-Oh? Why is the community different with Magic? I'll be honest with you. Everyone has this bullshit thing where everyone's like, oh, Rudy, it's for the community. Excuse me, Rudy, yes, you in the back. Rudy, why don't you do giveaways or contests? Oh, great question, Timmy of the Third Ball Dynasty. The reason for that is because contests and giveaways are literally, is a Timmy trap. Ooh. It's designed for amateurs who don't know what the fuck they're doing, okay? Giveaways and trying to give back to the community, you're not actually achieving, you have good intentions, but you don't understand the way the social media and the internet works. You're going to attract people who are going to temporarily subscribe, flare up your subscription number, maybe view on that one or two videos. Then 99.9% of them aren't going to win anything. Then they're going to get pissed and they're never going to view your channel again.
Okay, this channel has actually done some giveaways in the past, usually on unboxings. And you know, if I'm then Timmy of the Third Ball Dynasty, I will become King Timmy. King Yu-Gi-Oh! Timmy, of course. And so as king of this new dynasty, I do feel I need to address that. Because I think there's definitely some truth to it. If you are launching your channel purely on giveaways, you are attracting a lot of the, you know, casual audience. And that's maybe not something that you want for your channel. However, I will raise you this. In my short adult life, I've ran 3 companies so far, 2 of which are still doing great. One I closed because it took so much time and wasn't worth the profit compared to the other 2. So I was like wasting 20% of my time on that thing, and then 2 months of profit for that company was equal to like 1 day of one of the other 2. So that's the reason I dropped it. But so 2 are doing well, but I've ran 3 so far, and they were all doing great. And giveaways were also part of them. Now obviously it was a mere sliver of the pie, but the way this would work is there is this service called Gleam.io and that lets you build giveaways. And you can basically incentivize people to do certain things to enter the giveaways. Now of course that attracts people who are, you know, just in it for that giveaway and won't really provide you much value beyond that. However, what you can't understate is the value of that really quick injection of engagement and hype and talking around your product or service. While I agree that everyone go subscribe for product X because that way you can win this thing will definitely attract some of the more casual audience who really is just there for the giveaway, you are inflating numbers and that can actually affect how certain things get pushed beyond that. So for example, on my giveaways here on YouTube, which I've done like 4 only over 4 months, why I do that isn't with good intentions, by the way. Like he said, oh, it's good intentions. No, fuck no. Giveaways would actively lose me money. I mean, really a couple bucks, who cares, right? But those videos get instant likes and comments and even some subscribes. And while the people who specifically are there just for that giveaway definitely don't stick around, the video does get way more recommended. So when I did the World Pack 2011 kind of thing and I did a giveaway there, that video exponentially was pushed to way more people because of the sudden influx of likes and comments and subscribes. And while certainly that is just a short-term quick thing and you shouldn't build your entire strategy around that, you can't understate the value. Like for one of my companies, giveaways has been a major driver of long-term profits, even though, you know, in the short term, surely it can attract some of that casual audience that maybe you don't want, but maybe you do. Okay, let's keep on watching. Sorry for the very long interjection here.
You're attracting people who are looking for a free handout.
Yeah.
I don't want that kind of attention. I don't believe in that kind of bullshit. If you want stuff like that, usually a lot of newer startup channels, and bless their heart. You know, I hope things work out great for them.
Thanks.
Because you got to grind it in this world. The problem is the newer channels, they tend to go with that kind of stuff. Seriously, like a newer Magic channel with like literally like 50 to 100 subscribers, you know, they'll do stuff like that. They'll literally be like, you know, we should start a Magic channel and we should do some giveaways or something. You know what I mean? We should literally...
Okay, so one note, doing giveaways if you are a 50 or 100 subscriber channel isn't smart, because then you don't even have a base audience you are magnifying. Because basically when I said I do a giveaway on one of these unboxings, at that point I already had maybe 3 or 4k subs, and if those all inflate the numbers, you know, within a few minutes, that then triggers way more recommendations, which is not something you have with 50 to 100 subscribers. But let's keep watching.
Stale. We should literally start giving away Magic cards, or maybe Flesh and Blood. That gets extra thumbs down, right? Or maybe we should... See, you don't get it. You don't fully understand that the reality is that's not the kind of... You want people to click on your channel and learn because they're interested in expanding their horizons, becoming more aware of their surroundings, and being intelligent and having a good conversation.
Dude, no, I don't want to be intelligent. Dude, we are investing in cardboard here. How is that? But no, I agree to an extent. You definitely want the bulk of your audience to be there for the content. If you are just keeping people hostage with giveaways, you have a very, very big problem.
Rudy, I don't agree with you. I think you're a flippin' manipulative scumbag. I respect your opinion.
That's
I
smart.
may disagree, but I respect the opinion. And I think that is definitely, I want you to tell me that. That's important for me. How else do I arise in the morning at semi-rigid positioning and actually get out of the fetal position? You understand? So back to the original conversation. Giveaways, all that stuff, they're scams. Most of the time the giveaway goes to a friend anyway.
Oh, watch out. That's not true. I have no friends, first of all. But none of my friends are particularly interested in getting $5 worth of cards, really. That really makes no sense. I do agree that, like, if there's a really big thing, like, oh, we're giving away this iPhone, there might be some fishy stuff, but that's a pretty, like, big generalization that I would try to stay away from. Like, I know for a fact that Ruxin does his giveaways completely properly and so forth.
Population, which will stunt the growth of your channel. After the short-term spike, you get long-term penalties. Learn a little. That's the reason why it doesn't work. Now, Rudy, why? Go back to this. I don't get it. What's wrong with the Magic community? Why doesn't it come together? Like Power Rangers and Transformers. Why doesn't it meld together? Like the Wall Street's bet communities, like Pokemon. Why doesn't that happen? Simply put, the Magic community is very divisive, it's very segregated, it's very separated, and it's full of people who are not willing to be open-minded and discuss the reality of the world of 2021. And honestly, I almost feel bad for that, but I still don't give a shit.
Okay, so one thing I do have to say there, it's true to an extent. Like, I am part of a lot of card game communities at once. Mostly in Vanguard, like that's the one I'm really big in competitively. Like I really try hard competitively there. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Is more like my nostalgia collector side. But I also play EDH, I've tried Pokemon, I've tried a lot of stuff because it's just fun, you know. I'm a bit of a nerd and we have fun with that. And I will say, when I started following people within Magic, I just had to stop. The amount of toxic bullshit, and maybe it was because I was mostly in, like, checking Twitter for certain communities. Vanguard Twitter, great stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh! Twitter, alright. Magic Twitter, holy fuck. That, I had to start unfollowing them all. Like, it was this fucking shit. And maybe, again, maybe it was the loud minority and maybe I wasn't following the right people. Maybe it was the platform, I don't know. But holy hell, that was a cesspool and I got out, you know. And now I just play casual EDH. That's literally, like, I don't play standard. I have played it at one point, I have played the draft, but currently I just play casual EDH. That is as far as I'm willing to go when it comes to the Magic community. Tolarian Community College is a fun channel. Alpha Investments is, you know, I just watch for the finance side mostly. I don't know what's up with Magic when it comes to that. Maybe again it's the loud minority, I don't know.
But I still almost want to feel bad, but then I remembered, you know, you can watch porn or eat tacos, you can enjoy yourself. I can find my significant other and be like, what's happening? You know, there's other directions in life. And that is something, Magic, that will be the Achilles heel of social media and Magic. because Magic doesn't welcome everyone. It is the shittiest online culture I've ever seen in the history of video. You want me to say it? 2017, Rudy here will tell you how it is. It's shit. It is pathetic dog shit. You have a better chance of Dogcoin going to $1 a coin. It's going to happen before the Magic community comes together. Why? Because at least the dog is cute. At least cosmetically, the dog looks attractive. Okay? Even if she's a miss right now and not a miss right, it's still better than the Magic community on the internet. That's the problem with the Magic finance and the Magic Reddit. It doesn't represent 99%. What is it?
I also need to say though, Reddit is just the worst fucking platform ever. I make a lot of videos on Vanguard. Over there on that channel I have 20,000 subscribers. Vanguard isn't a really big game. Over on that channel I used to have the pyramid of shut the fuck up Reddit. Cause some of the worst, dumbest, loudest, most toxic opinions out there consistently came from Reddit. And if you are on other Reddits that aren't Wall Street Bets, you will see, like, I don't know what's wrong with that platform, but it consistently just attracts so many absolutely arrogant dipshits. I don't know why, but again, maybe that's just a loud, toxic minority. I don't know.
How many people are there? 50,000? 100,000? A million people? So what does it represent? 2, 3? 3% of the Magic population, when the other 97, 98% of the people into Magic as a collectible, as a hobby, as an investment, as a player, they're amazing people. But they don't reflect the divisiveness and the unwelcoming behavior that Wall Street Bets does. They don't care who you are, where you're from. Wall Street Bets tells you you're one of us. That's like one of their favorite lines. It's incredible. It is an amazing thing to see in an era of 2021.
So I agree, Wall Street Bets is just, you know, a fun zoo and it's not quite as toxic. But on the other hand, you have to consider the strategy that Rudy is employing here. Like, he's well aware that the type of people on Wall Street Bets are very likely to enjoy his channel. And so by praising them here, he kind of like increases the potential of, first of all, his videos getting spread there, because he already, like, you know, had that clog there and stuff like that. But he also makes it so active Wall Street Bets user may see this video and go, wow, I like this Rudy guy, and may enter that MTG finance pool and so forth. So while I enjoy his content 24/7, you always got to consider, like, what are the extra motives when someone says something, even when you watch me.
And hopefully, one day, the world of Magic and the Magic community, which will never fucking figure it out because they're too into themselves, will understand what I'm saying. Which right now, I'm probably not even speaking English to them. They probably don't even hear the words. I probably did just thumbs down so many times, the internet connection probably got cut off because net neutrality got punched in the face. Too soon? Too soon? Okay. So anyways, that's the problem. That's the problem, folks. The Magic community was founded in the 90s on nerds, losers, people like me, and people like everybody else who were made fun of, ridiculed, compared to mainstream society. That's what it was, the core component of trading cards in the Magic world of the 90s. Somehow, it evolved into this exclusive, we want to welcome everyone, but fuck you, we don't want you around. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened.
I don't know
either. That's the reality of 2021. And that's the biggest problem with the online Magic Reddit versus Wall Street Bets. They don't get it. They don't welcome everyone as one of us. I don't care what political, religious, and special beliefs. I don't care if you're purple with pink polka dots. It doesn't mean shit at Wall Street Bets. You're one of us. And Magic could learn something from that. You want an honest opinion? That wouldn't bring Magic forward. That would raise Magic to another level. That's why Magic will never have the IP and cultural standings that Pokemon has, that Wall Street Bets has.
I think one important part here is also that Pokemon currently is being fueled by a lot of children. You still have that children going to Walmart opening a pack thing. And even in Yu-Gi-Oh! You still have that to an extent. If you check out Walmarts and Targets right now and you have the aisle of the card games, you have your Pokemon empty, Yu-Gi-Oh! Empty, MTG filled to the brim. And that is very consistent. Now sure, someone will go, well, actually, my Walmart is different. Sure, dude. Sure, Timmy. I'm the king here now. But in general, Pokemon empty 99% of the time. Yu-Gi-Oh! Empty 89% of the time. Magic full 90% of the time. And so while definitely the online toxicity and all of the crap Rudy describes here is a big part of it, I also think it's because Magic consistently has been pushing towards that boomer audience. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of at fault there, but not quite as bad. And Pokemon just doesn't give a damn. They don't give a shit about boomers. When it comes to their strategy department for the TCG design, they straight up went, actually, we want this game to be piss easy, because that's gonna work for kids. They just straight up said that. That's just what it's like. And so, while this is definitely part of it, I really think that the age targeting is also a huge thing. It's much harder to have the edgy teens being dicks on Reddit, or the edgy 20-year-olds or 30-year-olds by now on Reddit. It's much harder to have that when you still have such a strong population of literal children just enjoying the hobby, which is something Magic doesn't have and is actually a big, I don't know, risk factor for Magic's longevity in my opinion. But let's keep watching.
Because the community is fragmented. They treat each other like shit. They ban each other. They don't let people talk to each other. It is pathetic. And that's the reality of 2017 Rudy. That's exactly what I want to tell you all. And that is the core component that's different. Which is ironic. Because Magic brings us all together for the love of the hobby. But unfortunately, 2021's lost its way. Maybe one day, it'll figure itself out, and it'll learn to be like Wall Street Bets, where everybody will be welcomed as one of us. No matter where and who you're from, how old you are, no matter how fat and full of tacos you are, doesn't mean shit, you're part of us. You know, and that's something that we can only dream one day will find its way. And you know, I see it in Pokemon. I see it in Wall Street Bets. I see it in Flesh and Blood. Mostly Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes they get mad at each other, but overall, the respect and...
This is a funny part, because actually I did want to say, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has some of the most toxic assholes ever. And that's not everyone, by the way. Like, I love 99% of people on this channel and in the comments and in the Discord and so forth. And everything's, you know, fun. However, in the 4 months I've been doing YouTube for Yu-Gi-Oh! I have had more toxic shit asshole comments than in 4 years of Vanguard content combined. And that is truly amazing, because Vanguard also has a few toxic assholes that came from Yu-Gi-Oh! So the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh! Managed in 4 months, that's a 12x multiplier right there, to be extra toxic is insane. It is actually sometimes hard to keep uploading every day, because I'm like, oh, there's gonna be like 5 assholes who I wanna strangle but can't. And that's truly insane. So the fact that he alluded to the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes fights, like he was praising everything Pokemon and Flesh and Blood and everything. Yeah, I think Yu-Gi-Oh!'s Facebook groups and YouTube comment sections are actually the worst in all of like TCGs. And again, that's not towards the nice people. There's just some assholes that are extremely loud, and they enjoy that. And you know, especially in stuff like Zodiac Duelist, that's just how it is. And I'm fine. Like, I've got thick skin and I enjoy the free engagement that brings. You know, if you know how Rudy got big early on, he just pissed off like all those Reddits, and they kept on pushing everything up with angry comments and so forth. You know, I kind of look at Zodiac that way. I have some idiots who get mad at me and comment and laugh, react and post pictures and so forth. And I'm like, yes, thank you, idiot. You are once again pushing my video. But still, it is frustrating to see that a community can be so truly cannibalistic. And again, that's not everyone. Like, that's a tiny minority. But that tiny minority can have pretty shit effects on trying to grow your game. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Might be more unwelcoming than Magic in some ways, and then maybe better in other ways. I can't really comment on that, but just funny that he still mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh! Still having their fair share of fighting.
Attitude is completely different. And we don't know why. We don't know how this really started. A lot of people blame Wizards for fueling that kind of cultural information. A lot of people blame a lot of people. But I think it's a sum equation of a lot of things that went wrong.
For sure.
And I believe that is why Pokemon continues to flourish. That is the reason why that Flesh and Blood had the opportunity to rise and march forward and potentially cause serious industry change. Same thing with this new Digimon. Same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Still going strong. Because the ground, the sea is parted for someone else to step up. There is space.
Yes.
Because Papa Hasbro's too into themselves.
Yeah.
They're too busy being fat cats in an ivory tower. They don't see it. They're only wanting to see a certain direction, and everything else is blocked out.
By the way, currently my goal is one day Rudy will comment on my videos. So Rudy, if you're watching, I specifically dressed up nice so we can talk face to face. I know I'm younger than you. I am literally a little sperm still swimming in this big, big ocean. However, I dressed up nice for you. So if you ever see my videos, just leave a little comment.
And that's the problem that we have, folks. 2017 Rudy's here to fucking shove that shit in your face and tell you that's the real problem. That is going to be the Achilles heel of all this. No, doesn't mean Magic's going to die. No, doesn't mean we're going to have major problems. It just means that we're never going to hit the full potential that Magic and Reddit with Magic and online Magic communities should be able to do. Could you imagine the power and community that could be created with Magic as a whole? Whether you're into new cards, old cards, reserve list, flashy thing, I don't give a shit what you're into. Could you imagine the powerhouse if everybody came together?
I agree. Again, like, I've been there. I've played Standard. I've played Draft back in fucking Innistrad, which was the greatest. And now I play casual EDH, but I could have become part of that community as just a happy guy, you know, playing Magic and being in that community. But the community was such a cesspool that I instantly got out again. So I might be, you know, a little symptom of what he's talking about there. Maybe I could have been more into MTG and I just wanted to get the fuck out. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in it enough to judge, but I can tell you that that's how I felt when I started following a big portion of that community. But again, that could just be a loud minority. Who knows?
Could you imagine the powerhouse if truly, when everyone's like, no one buys Secret Lairs! Alright, no one looking? Let's all buy Secret Lair. Can you imagine if everybody got together and actually was kind and open to each other and worked together? Could you imagine the force to be reckoned with? That's what we saw happen with Wall Street Bets, GME, and the real world. That's what we're seeing happen. And it's sad that the world of Magic is so shallow, people don't see that. And I don't think it's ever going to change. And I'm probably the only one that with only one ball left that has enough ball left in the pretzel to tell you how it is. And that is how it really is, ladies and gentlemen. And that is really where we're at in 2021. And that is, I mean, can you imagine if people work together in Magic with reserve lists or buy list or anything? The power to move Wizards or Papa Hasbro's hand in a different direction, maybe less flashy, or different prices, or lowering prices, or changing the goal of Wizards to not pump out so much shit. Could you imagine that? The reason Wizards is going to do 8 billion Secret Lairs is because Timmies don't work together and they attack each other. They don't hold hands. They don't walk through the park and Prancercise. Timmies don't act like carrots fondling each other like Wall Street Bets do. They're not one of us, which is sad. And that is why Magic will continue on the self-destructive path it is. I don't think it's going to die, but I don't think it's going to change. Hope you guys learned something. Otherwise, who the fuck cares?
Wow, demonetized right there. So this was fun. This was fun. I don't intend for this channel to be a react channel, but sometimes there's just a video where I'm like, ah, this is going to be good. And then I need to react to it. But I'm hoping I can keep it down to like 5% or less of the channel. Really mostly for historic stuff like the Logan Paul stuff. I also know I'm just going to like milk those videos for new people coming in. Even though, once again, going back to that giveaway thing, you might attract some Timmies or casual audience that then goes away. The surge of hype and number inflation that you short-term get from that is still valuable, even though you need to also realize that a portion of those people is going to go away. But there's gonna be that slight sliver of people that stay. And honestly, Rudy should be one of the big people who realizes this, because if you check some of his most watched content, it is consistently still targeting a very different fan base than the people he mostly hopes to get. You can go to his channel and sort videos by most popular. I do that shit for channels all the time. You know, that's how you learn the systems. Those are not the smart financy videos. And his videos that right now do the best is very often unboxings, which again is a very different type of content from, oh, let's talk about the consolidation period and the moving averages and bullshit like that. Like, that's very different kind of stuff. And while it's fun and you can enjoy all of that, you know, you need to have a solid variety. You just need to know why you're doing something, and you need to be aware that, sure, if you get 100 people to do something for a giveaway, you gotta assume that 90% of those people will not stay in your funnel. But that's okay, because the few that do and the metric buff you get, is worth it. And as for the magic toxicity, I mean, I felt it. I also feel it in Yu-Gi-Oh! Quite a bit more than in other stuff. Again, Vanguard, the community is just so much less toxic, at least once again in its loud minority. But I don't know. Maybe that's charming for Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe it's let's all be fucking dicks and let's all get thick skin. I don't know how that'll work long term, but it has worked so far. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you soon. Ciao.